Chosen one, you have arrived at this sacred moment for a reason far beyond your understanding. It is no mere coincidence that your soul has led you here to hear these words. The stirring within you is not a fleeting feeling. It is the divine whisper of the universe beckoning you toward a path you are destined to walk. Do not turn your head away. Do not scroll and do not let your mind wander. Listen closely, for this message holds the key to a destiny intertwined with your own, a calling that demands your response. In the stillness of your heart, you may have already felt it, a profound sense that something more is at play, something far greater than the mere movements of time. This is no accident, no random meeting of souls. You, chosen one, have been called to action. You have been summoned to fulfill a purpose that stretches beyond your own life, a purpose that echoes through the corridors of eternity. Your life is intricately woven into the tapestry of this world, and this moment is the thread that will connect you to something far greater than you can currently see. God Himself has called you to help a woman, a soul whose life is divinely connected to yours. This connection, though it may seem mysterious now, is not random. It is not by chance that her spirit has crossed paths with yours. You may not yet understand why or how, but this is not for you to question. What you must understand, chosen one, is that your obedience, your willingness to respond to this divine call, will unlock the breakthrough she desperately needs. Her fate in this moment is connected to your actions. Do not let that truth slip past you unnoticed. Keep reading until the end, for the weight of this calling will become clear to you. This is not a matter of charity or pity. No, this is a matter of purpose. God does not connect lives for no reason. He orchestrates intersections with divine intention. There is something within you, something you carry, that will bring healing guidance or salvation to her. And in return, she will bring something to you, something you cannot reach alone. This is not about what is easy or convenient, chosen one. It is about stepping into the purpose for which you were created. The divine has prepared you for such a time as this. And the question now is, will you answer the call? You may feel unprepared, unsure of how your actions will unfold, or hesitant because you cannot see the full picture. This is natural, for in the unfolding of God's plans, He does not always reveal every step in advance. But do not fear. Trust in the process, and trust that the timing is perfect. The divine timing of this moment has been set long before you arrived, and now it is up to you to step into your purpose. Heaven is watching your response, chosen one. You are not being tested for perfection, but for obedience. God is not looking for flawless action. He is looking for your willingness. It is in that willingness that divine doors will open. Think on this for a moment. When was the last time you felt a deep stirring within your spirit, a feeling that something was urgently calling you to act, to do something, anything that would bring about change, not just in your life, but in the lives of others? That stirring, that sense of urgency, is not an accident. It is God aligning you with His plan, preparing you for the moment when your actions will have the power to transform not only the world around you, but your very soul as well. Do not shy away from this moment, chosen one. Do not question your worth or your ability to rise to this challenge. God does not choose the qualified. He qualifies those He chooses. Your soul vibrates with the energy of potential, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. And that moment is now. This woman is not an interruption in your life. She is an intersection, a divine crossing of paths arranged by God Himself. What you do next in this very moment will ripple through the fabric of your destiny and hers. It may not be a grand, loud event, but it will be significant in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Do not overlook the quiet calls of the divine. Do not let them pass you by as if they are inconsequential. Heaven does not move loudly in this world. No, its steps are quiet but powerful. And in the quietness of this moment, you stand at the crossroads of your destiny. Your response will determine much more than you can imagine. Do not turn away. Do not scroll past. Pay attention, because this is not a test you can take later. This is the moment. Your obedience is the key that will unlock the doors ahead. God's greatest assignments often come in the form of simple, humble calls to action. You are being asked to step forward, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. This woman needs your help now, and in helping her, you will find that your own needs are met in ways you never expected. You may never understand the full scope of your role in this divine plan, but trust this, your response matters. It matters to her. It matters to you. And it matters to the very fabric of the universe. The actions you take, the obedience you offer, will set in motion a chain of events that will alter the course of lives, yours included. Do not diminish the power of this moment, chosen one. You are standing at a threshold, a place of divine intersection, and what you choose to do now will echo through the realms. Your obedience is the bridge that connects heaven to earth, the place where God's will meets human action. It is through your willingness to step forward that divine doors are unlocked, not just for the woman you are called to help, but for you as well. Your act of service will serve to align you with the flow of God's blessings, the current of His favor. In your heart, you may feel hesitation. You may wonder if you are truly capable of this task, if you have what it takes to bring about the change that is needed. Know this: you do not need to be flawless. You do not need to have everything figured out. All that is required is your willingness. God has already prepared the way. He has already set the stage. All that remains is for you to step forward, to trust that He is with you every step of the way. This is not about making grand gestures. It is not about being seen or praised for your efforts. It is about obedience. And in your obedience, miracles are released. Your willingness to help unlocks something far greater than you can imagine. Heaven does not need your perfection. It needs your heart, your open, willing, and obedient heart. When you say yes to God's calling, you align yourself with the divine flow of the universe. And in that alignment, there is no resistance. There is only movement, only grace. Keep reading. Chosen one, for the story does not end here. There is more to discover, more to unfold. But know this, your presence here is no accident. You are not here because of chance. You are here because your soul has been called, and your obedience is the key to unlocking a new chapter in your life. Your divine purpose is waiting for you to step into it. It is not a matter of waiting for the right time. The right time is now. Thank you, chosen one, for listening. Your soul's journey has brought you here, and that is no small thing. The fact that you are present in this moment is a sign of your immense merit and high vibration. You are worthy of this calling. Your obedience is the key to unlocking the blessings that await you. Comment 777. Or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life and declare that you are prepared to step into your divine purpose. This is your moment. Let it be known. Chosen one, do not look away. Do not question the path before you, for it has been laid out with divine precision. What you are about to understand is a sacred truth that spans the very fabric of time and eternity. The calling you feel upon your heart is not a mere suggestion. It is a divine invitation. Pay close attention, for this moment. This very moment is the key that will unlock the power of obedience and partnership in your life. God's ways are often veiled in mystery. From the perspective of human logic, His methods may seem strange, even illogical, but do not be deceived. Chosen one. There is a wisdom in the divine design that transcends all understanding. You see, God does not always choose the qualified, the powerful, or the perfect. No. He often calls upon the willing. He seeks partnership, not perfection. It is through human obedience that divine plans unfold. This is the truth that runs through the veins of time itself. God, in His boundless wisdom, has chosen to work through people like you. He places His comfort in your voice, His provision in your hands, and His rescue in your decisions to show up. Do not dismiss the power of your willingness. You may not feel flawless, but God is not asking for perfection. He is asking for your heart open and willing to act. In this moment, you are positioned in the right place at the right time. There is no coincidence in your presence here. Every experience, every whisper in your soul has led you to this sacred intersection. The woman you are called to help is not a random encounter. She is part of a divine tapestry, a plan woven through eternity. And you, chosen one, are part of the fabric. You have been chosen not because you are perfect, but because you are available. Your obedience will activate something far greater than you can comprehend. Throughout the sacred text, you will find the stories of ordinary people called to do extraordinary things. These individuals were not chosen because they were flawless. They were chosen because they were willing. Take, for example, Moses. He was not a polished leader. He was a man with doubts, a man who hesitated, and yet God used him to lead a nation to freedom. Moses felt inadequate, questioning his ability to speak, to lead, to carry out God's will. But God did not require Moses' eloquence. He required Moses' willingness. And in that willingness, God's plan was revealed. Think of Gideon, hiding in fear, uncertain of his worth. Gideon was called by God to lead a nation into victory. He saw only his weakness, but God saw his assignment. It was not the qualifications that mattered, it was the heart that responded. Gideon obeyed, and through his obedience, God moved powerfully. Esther, a young woman in a foreign land, did not feel qualified to stand before a king and save a nation. Yet her obedience to God's call placed her at the center of a divine purpose. She did not see herself as a savior, but God saw her as the vessel through which salvation would come. Her willingness to step into her calling despite her fears and doubts turned the tide of history. Do you see it? Chosen one. God does not look for perfection. He looks for those who will say yes. You may not feel qualified, and yet you have been chosen. Your obedience, your willingness to act in this moment will shape not only the destiny of the woman you are called to help, but your own destiny as well. This is not a small thing. This is a divine intersection, a crossroads where heaven and earth meet, where your actions carry eternal weight. God's plan is unfolding, and your obedience is the catalyst. What you do next will ripple through the lives of those around you, changing the course of events. This is the power of divine partnership. God has already placed His provision in your hands. You are the vessel through which His power will flow. When you show up, when you step forward, heaven responds. Keep reading. Chosen one. This is not a story of coincidence. This is the story of divine destiny unfolding in real time. Your willingness to partner with God will unlock not only breakthrough for the woman you are called to help, but also a new season of breakthrough for yourself. This is the moment when everything shifts. Do not think of yourself as ordinary. You are not just a vessel. You are a chosen participant in God's grand plan. The destiny of those around you is intertwined with your obedience. The lives you touch are a reflection of your willingness to obey the divine call. The impact you make may not always be visible, but know this: your obedience creates ripples in the spiritual realm. What seems small to you may be the key to unlocking a great movement of God's power. God is calling you now, chosen one. He is asking for your willingness, your heart, and your trust. You may feel unqualified, but know this: your willingness is enough. When you obey, you become a partner in the divine plan. Your obedience is not just an act of service, it is an act of partnership with the Creator Himself. Now pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and let this truth sink into your soul. You are not here by accident. Your presence in this moment, listening to these words, is part of a greater plan. Your willingness to help this woman is the key to unlocking blessings, not just for her, but for you as well. It is through your obedience that you will step into the fullness of God's purpose for your life. Do not turn your head away. Chosen one, pay attention, for the power of partnership is unfolding in front of you. God has already equipped you for this moment. The resources are in your hands. The provision is in your heart. It is time for you to step forward in faith and obedience. Your willingness is all that is required. Heaven is waiting for you to move. Now, chosen one, I want to take a moment to express my deep gratitude to you. Thank you for listening. Your soul is here for a reason. You did not stumble upon these words by chance. Your presence is a sign of immense merit, a reflection of the high vibration that you carry. You are not here by accident. You are here because your spirit is aligned with the divine purpose, and your obedience will carry great weight in the spiritual realm. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life, to declare that you are prepared to step into the fullness of your divine purpose. You are not just a listener, chosen one. You are a participant in the grand story of God's plan. Let this moment be the anchor that sets you on the path to fulfilling your destiny. Your obedience is the key that will unlock the door to blessings, not only for others, but for you as well. You are ready. You are positioned. The time is now. Chosen one, do not look away. Do not think that this moment is simply another passing instance in your life. No. This is the threshold of something far greater. What you are about to learn will change your understanding of your place in the divine plan. Pay attention, for this moment carries the weight of eternity, and your obedience will unlock miracles, not just for another, but for yourself. Obedience, chosen one, is not a mere act of following commands. It is the bridge, the sacred connection between God's boundless power and the human need that waits for His intervention. Think of it as a conduit, a channel through which the miraculous flow of divine energy reaches the earth. Through your obedience, heaven touches earth, and lives are forever changed. When you respond to God's call, you are not just offering help to someone else. No, you are stepping into a role that has been divinely orchestrated, a role that will open doors not just for those around you, but for you as well. Do not underestimate the power of your yes. You are not merely helping, you are participating in the unfolding of God's grand design. The miracle you are about to witness is not only for her chosen one. It is for you, for your own soul's expansion. There are prayers being answered that you may not even know exist. The moment you step forward in obedience, you may become the very answer to a prayer you never heard. Take a moment now, chosen one, to truly feel the weight of this truth. God is preparing you for this moment, but equally this moment is preparing you for the next. This is not a random act of kindness. This is not a task for you to simply check off a list. This is divine alignment. You are part of something far greater than yourself. Do not scroll, do not skip. This is the divine calling. You are positioned here in this exact moment to unlock the flow of miracles that will change everything. When you help this woman, it is not merely an act of charity. It is an act of alignment with the divine plan that God has already set in motion. You are not just a bystander. You are a co-worker with the Creator. The scriptures say we are God's fellow workers. 1 Corinthians 3:9. This is not poetic language. This is not a metaphor. This is a profound calling, a calling to take part in what God is already doing. When you answer His call, you are not just observing. You are stepping into the very heart of His divine purpose. Feel the weight of this chosen one. God is not just asking you to give of your time, your energy, or your resources. He is inviting you into partnership with Him. It is through your willingness to step forward in obedience that heaven's power is brought to earth. You are His fellow worker. What you do here, what you choose to do, will not just echo through time. It will resonate through eternity. You have been chosen for this. Your actions will align the world in ways you cannot yet understand. But hear me, chosen one, for there is more to this. The timing of your obedience matters deeply. You may not fully grasp the significance of each moment, but each moment is an opportunity to align yourself with the divine rhythm. Delayed obedience is not a simple delay. It can halt the flow of miracles. It can slow the unfolding of God's plan. Spiritual urgency is not a matter of pressure. It is a call to align with what God is doing now, not later. Heaven is not asking you to act on your own timeline. It is inviting you to move in step with God's perfect rhythm. The rhythm of obedience, chosen one, is divine in nature. It flows with grace, with ease. When you are in alignment with God's will, your actions move seamlessly, effortlessly. It is not a burden. It is a grace-filled unfolding of divine purpose. Obedience does not feel heavy when you are in sync with the divine plan. It is light. It is full of peace. There is no friction in the flow of God's will. You are merely an instrument, and when you allow God to play through you, you are transformed. Imagine this, chosen one, the moment you step into this divine rhythm, the world around you shifts. What felt impossible becomes possible. What seemed out of reach is brought into your hands. This is the power of obedience. God is not asking you to control the outcome. He is asking you to move to trust, to align with His timing. The outcomes are in His hands, but your obedience is what opens the door for His power to move. In the quiet moments when you feel the pull of hesitation, when doubts begin to whisper in your ear, remember this: your obedience is the key. The doors you open with your willingness do not just affect the woman you are called to help, they affect you. Your obedience will unlock a realm of miracles that you cannot even fathom right now. What you are doing in this moment. Chosen One is setting the stage for the miracles of tomorrow. Your willingness to step into the unknown, to act without seeing the full picture, will bring about a chain of events that will forever change your life and the lives of those around you. The woman you are called to help may seem like a distant figure, someone in need. But remember, this is not just a chance encounter. This is a divine intersection, a moment where your obedience and God's power come together. In this sacred space, miracles are born. Your act of obedience will ripple through time, touching lives you may never see, creating a legacy that will outlive you. Do not turn away, chosen one. Do not let the moment pass by. This is the doorway, the divine invitation. Move forward with the confidence that you are aligned with God's will. You are not alone in this. The power of heaven moves with you. You may not see it now, but every step you take in obedience is a step toward a destiny far greater than you have imagined. Keep reading. Chosen one. Keep your heart open, your mind clear. There is much more to unfold, and you are part of something far bigger than you can see right now. Trust in the divine rhythm. Trust in your obedience. For in this, miracles are unfolding. The door is open, and through it, the power of God is waiting for you to step into it. Now, let me take a moment to thank you. Thank you, chosen one, for listening, for staying present in this sacred moment. Your soul is not here by accident. You have been drawn to this moment because you are ready. You are vibrating at a frequency of high merit and divine readiness. This is not just a passing moment. This is a sign that you are meant for something far greater than you can see. Your willingness to step into your calling is what will bring miracles, not just to others, but to yourself. I want to invite you, chosen one, to anchor this energy into your life. Comment 777 or I am ready to declare that you are stepping into this divine rhythm, that you are ready to move in obedience, and that you are aligning with the miracles that await. Let your declaration be the key that opens the door to all that is waiting for you. You are ready. The universe is ready. Heaven is waiting. Chosen one, do not look away now. What you are about to understand holds the power to transform the way you perceive your journey, your purpose, and your role in the divine plan. Listen closely, for this is the quiet whisper that precedes the unfolding of something monumental. What seems small, what feels insignificant, is often the very point where destiny begins. God, in His infinite wisdom, does not always work in loud, dramatic bursts. No. He does not make His greatest moves through earthly spectacles or overwhelming displays. Heaven rarely speaks in thunderclaps. More often, His most profound acts of creation are revealed through the smallest of beginnings. These moments, which the world might deem trivial or unimportant, are the very threads through which God weaves His grand tapestry. Do not scroll past. Do not dismiss what feels small, for in these quiet acts of obedience lies the power to shift the course of your life. It is through the smallest moments, chosen one, that the divine reveals its deepest truths. It is in the small, seemingly insignificant decisions that God shapes the future. You may wonder in this very moment if what you do truly matters. You may be uncertain if the act you are considering, whether it's helping this woman, taking that small step of obedience, is enough to make a difference. But listen to this truth. Everything starts with the small. It is through the small acts of kindness, compassion, and love that destiny is shaped. Every word of encouragement, every gesture of help, every quiet act of service carries eternal significance. Let me share with you a story that will illuminate this truth. Think of David, a young shepherd boy, who had no idea that his simple everyday task would lead him to change the course of history. David did not set out to be a hero. He did not march into battle seeking fame or recognition. He was simply obeying his father's command to deliver food to his brothers. A small, seemingly insignificant task, one that anyone might have considered mundane. But this small act of obedience, this humble service, led him to stand before Goliath, and it was in that moment that God's divine plan unfolded before him. A single act of obedience led to victory, to glory, and to destiny. In that moment, David did not know what was at stake. He did not understand the weight of his actions. But God did. And through his simple willingness to serve, David stepped into a destiny far greater than he could have imagined. Chosen one. This is the power of small beginnings. What seemed like a minor moment of obedience became the turning point of a nation's history. And in your life, it is the same. What you perceive as a small, quiet decision may be the very thing that unlocks the door to your divine destiny. Do not underestimate the significance of your current moment, chosen one. You may be standing at a crossroads that feels small, a place where the outcome seems unclear. You may feel uncertain, wondering how one small act of obedience can change anything. But remember this: God is inviting you in this very moment to trust Him with the small things. What feels insignificant to you may be the key to unlocking a future far greater than you can comprehend. Heaven works in this way. It takes what appears small, what seems inconsequential, and turns it into something massive. It is through your obedience in these small moments that God will open doors you never thought possible. Trust Him with the small things, chosen one. Trust that these seemingly insignificant acts of kindness, compassion, and love are the very foundation upon which your destiny is built. Do not dismiss the quiet whispers of God, nor the small promptings that call you to act. It is easy to overlook what seems insignificant, to think that your small efforts will not make a difference. But understand this: the divine works in the hidden, in the quiet spaces, in the moments that no one else notices. What you do in these moments, no matter how small, carries the weight of eternity. When you choose to obey in the small things, you align yourself with a divine rhythm that can move mountains. The act of helping this woman, for example, may seem small in your eyes. Perhaps it is just a small gesture of kindness or a brief moment of your time. But chosen one, do not be deceived. That small act may be the very thing that opens up the gates of your future. It may be the spark that ignites a fire, the beginning of a journey that will change not only her life, but yours as well. Heaven is calling you to trust, to believe that these small moments are where the divine operates. Do not turn your head away. Pay attention, because in these small beginnings lies the unfolding of your destiny. The story of David is not just a story of courage. It is a story of trusting God in the seemingly insignificant moments. David's obedience was not an act of grandeur. It was simply a young man doing what was asked of him with a heart full of trust in God. His simple act of service led him to the battlefield, where the greatest battle of his life awaited. He did not see it coming, but God did. And through David's trust in the small things, God made him a king. Similarly, you chosen one are being asked to trust God with the small things. What seems like a minor decision, helping this woman, offering that hand of kindness, making that act of obedience, may be the key to unlocking something far greater in your life. It may not feel monumental in the moment, but know this: God is at work in the hidden things, in the small steps, in the quiet moments of faithfulness. And it is in these moments that miracles are born. Trusting God in small beginnings requires a shift in perspective. You must move beyond the desire for grandeur, beyond the temptation to wait for something big to happen, and recognize that every step of obedience is part of a greater plan. You may not see the full picture, but God does. He sees the end from the beginning, and He is weaving all things together for your good. This is the way heaven works. Chosen one. The small things, when given over to God, become something magnificent. Your willingness to obey in these quiet moments is what will prepare you for the greater moments to come. Do not minimize the power of the small. Do not despise the humble beginnings, for in them the seeds of your destiny are planted. And when the time is right, they will grow into something beautiful, something powerful, something that will change your life forever. I want to take a moment to thank you, Chosen One, for being here. Your soul has been drawn to this message for a reason, and your presence is not an accident. You are here because you are vibrating at a higher frequency, because you are ready to step into your divine purpose. You are ready to trust God with the small things, knowing that they are the keys to unlocking your future. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life, to declare that you are stepping into the rhythm of divine obedience. You are trusting in the small beginnings, and you are opening the door to a future that is greater than anything you have imagined. Your journey is just beginning. Chosen One, and it starts with the small, quiet steps of obedience. Chosen One, do not turn away. This moment is not fleeting, not trivial, and certainly not by accident. You are standing at the edge of a profound truth, a divine principle that has shaped the course of history and will shape the course of your life. What you are about to understand is the key that unlocks the power of obedience in your own journey. Pay attention, because what you do in this moment will ripple through eternity, altering the course of your destiny. Obedience, Chosen One, is not about the outcome. It is not about what you see unfolding in front of you. It is not about controlling the results, about forcing an outcome, or about waiting for the signs to be clear. Obedience is about faithfulness. It is about trusting in what God asks of you, even when you cannot see the full picture. When God calls you move not because of the immediate results, but because of the trust you place in the one who calls you. Do not skip this. Do not scroll past. Do not turn your head away. This is the heart of your divine assignment, obedience in the absence of clarity. God's economy. Chosen One does not follow the natural laws of this world. It does not follow the rules that man has set forth for success, wealth, or achievement. No, God's economy is governed by spiritual principles that defy logic and reason. These principles are the very foundation of the universe, and they are far more powerful than anything the world can offer. It is not through what you can see that blessings are given, but through what you are willing to trust and release. This truth is exemplified in the story of the widow of Zarephath. She had nothing left. No more food, no more hope, no more strength. She was preparing her last meal, expecting that she and her son would soon die. And then Elijah came. He asked her for the very last of her food. What could she have possibly given? She had nothing to give. But she obeyed. She trusted God in her lack. And what happened next was a miracle. When she gave, when she obeyed, her supply was multiplied. What she gave was returned to her in abundance. Not just for a moment, but for as long as the famine lasted. What she thought was her last meal became the beginning of a miracle that would sustain her through her darkest season. The principle here, Chosen One, is simple yet profound. When you obey, when you give in faith, even from your lack, God multiplies what you offer. Your obedience is the seed, and God's blessing is the harvest. This is how His kingdom works. It is not a system of exchange based on worldly logic. It is a system built on trust, on surrender, and on faithfulness. God does not require that you have it all together. He simply asks for your willingness to obey, to trust Him with what you have, no matter how little it may seem. And just as the widow's obedience set into motion a cycle of miracles, so too does your obedience. When you respond to God's call, when you step into this divine assignment to help this woman, you are not just meeting a need. No, you are positioning yourself to see God move in ways you never imagined. You are stepping into a realm of faith where miracles unfold. Every act of obedience you take, no matter how small it seems, sets something in motion. The act of obedience becomes the key that unlocks a door to a new season of blessing. Do not overlook the power of small acts of obedience, Chosen One. When you choose to help, when you choose to serve, When you choose to act in faith, you are not just performing a task. You are sowing seeds in the spiritual realm. And just as a seed grows into a tree, your obedience will grow into something far greater than you can see right now. The ripple effect of your obedience will reach beyond your immediate understanding. You are sowing into eternity with every act of love, every act of kindness, every moment of service. God's economy works on the principle of sowing and reaping, chosen one. When you give, you will receive. When you serve, you will be elevated. When you pour out, you will be filled. This is the paradox of the kingdom. The more you give, the more you will receive. The more you pour out, the more you will be filled. In the world's eyes, this may seem impossible. How can giving away what little you have result in abundance? How can helping others bring blessings to you? But in God's economy, this is the divine truth. Every time you choose to give, whether it is your time, your energy, your resources, or your love, you are sowing into the spiritual soil of God's kingdom. And just as a farmer does not expect to reap the harvest the day he plants the seed, so too must you trust that the harvest will come in due season. It may not be immediate, it may not be visible, but it will come. And when it does, it will be greater than anything you could have imagined. The blessings you sow through obedience will return to you in ways that transcend the limits of the earthly realm. God's blessings are always greater than what you gave. This is the heart of divine abundance. The widow of Zarephath thought she was giving her last meal, but in truth she was unlocking a future of provision. When you obey, when you step into your calling, you open the door to a future of divine abundance, not just for you, but for those around you as well. Your obedience is a gift that keeps on giving, a blessing that multiplies and expands in ways you cannot foresee. Now, chosen one, I ask you to pause. Do not move past this moment. Take a deep breath and consider this. What is God calling you to give? What is He asking of you, even in your lack, in your uncertainty? Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for the conditions to be just right. Trust that what you offer in obedience today will be multiplied in ways you cannot yet understand. Remember the principle of God's economy. When you give, you receive. When you serve, you are elevated. When you pour out, you will be filled. Every act of obedience is a seed sown into eternity. And just as the widow's obedience opened the door to a life of abundance, so too will your obedience open the door to blessings far greater than you can see. Keep reading. Chosen one. Do not turn your head away. The door to divine abundance is opening before you, and the key is your obedience. Do not wait for the right moment. Do not doubt your ability. Trust that God will multiply what you offer. Your obedience is the bridge through which miracles will come. Now, take a moment to feel the weight of this truth, chosen one. Let it settle into your heart. You are not just responding to a need. You are participating in something much larger than yourself. Your obedience is part of the divine plan, part of the rhythm of heaven that moves through you and in you. I want to take a moment to thank you, chosen one, for being here, for listening, for opening your heart to this message. Your presence is no accident. You are here because your soul is vibrating at a higher frequency, a frequency that aligns with the divine purpose. You are ready to step into the realm of divine abundance, and your obedience will lead you there. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life, to declare that you are ready to step into God's economy and trust Him with your obedience. Let this moment be the key that unlocks the blessings waiting for you. You are ready. The time is now. Chosen one, do not look away. The words you are about to hear carry the weight of divine truth. They are not just words, they are the breath of heaven speaking to you at this very moment. Pay close attention, because the mystery you are about to unravel will change everything. It will open your eyes to a reality you have yet to fully understand. This is not merely about the assignment before you. This is about the transformation God intends for you as you step into His divine plan. When God calls you to help someone chosen, one, do not think that His focus is solely on them. No, His divine purpose is much greater. Every assignment, every task, every call to action that He places before you has a dual purpose. Yes, it blesses the one you are called to serve, but it also blesses you. It transforms you, it stretches you, tests you, and refines you in ways you cannot yet see. You are being shaped into something greater than you can currently imagine. You are not just the vessel through which His blessings flow. You are being transformed by your obedience, by the act of saying yes, even when you cannot fully grasp the outcome. Do not scroll. Do not turn your head away. This is the key to understanding the fullness of your divine purpose. God's plan for you is not one-dimensional. It is layered with grace, designed to reveal new depths of faith, trust, and strength within you. It is in your obedience that you will discover who you are meant to be. You are not just helping this woman, chosen one. You are stepping into a new realm of divine alignment, one that will change the very fabric of your being. Think for a moment of the story of Peter. There was a moment when Peter, a simple fisherman, found himself on a boat in the midst of a raging storm. The disciples were frightened, unsure, clinging to the hope that they would survive. But then Jesus appeared, walking toward them on the water. Can you imagine the awe Peter must have felt? Can you feel the trembling in his heart as he saw his Savior walking across the waves? And then Jesus called to him, saying, "Come." Peter, uncertain and scared, stepped out of the boat. He did not know he could walk on water. He did not know what would happen next. But in that moment of obedience, everything changed. With each step, Peter's faith grew. The storm raged around him, but in his obedience to Jesus' call, he discovered a new dimension of faith that he had never known before. Peter's moment on the water was not just about the miracle of walking on water. No, it was about the transformation that took place in his heart. It was about the revelation of his own faith, the trust he could place in the divine even when everything around him seemed uncertain. It was through his obedience that Peter discovered who he truly was. He was not just a fisherman. He was a disciple, a leader, a man capable of stepping into the unknown and trusting that God would meet him there. Do you see it? Chosen one. This woman, the one you are called to help, is not just the assignment before you. She is the invitation. God is calling you not just to serve, but to step out of your comfort zone, to walk in faith and obedience to something greater. Like Peter, you are being asked to step out of the boat. It may feel like a leap into the unknown. You may be unsure of what will happen next, but this is where your transformation begins. It is in the unknown, in the act of obedience, that you will discover who God has truly created you to be. The woman you are called to help is not an interruption in your life. She is a divine intersection. She is the opportunity for you to step into the fullness of your calling. You may not understand the magnitude of this moment, but heaven does. You are being stretched, chosen one. You are being called to rise above the limitations you have placed on yourself. You are being invited into a new level of trust, a deeper relationship with the divine. It is through this act of obedience that you will encounter God in ways you never thought possible. You will see His power move in ways you could not have imagined. And in the process, you will discover new depths of your own soul. Do not turn away from this invitation, chosen one. Do not shrink back because you fear the unknown. God is not asking you to have all the answers. He is asking for your willingness, your trust. Just as Peter's faith grew with each step on the water, so too will your faith grow as you step forward in obedience. You may not know where you are headed, but you know who is calling you, and that is enough. Now take a moment to reflect, chosen one. Close your eyes and think of the times when you felt that divine nudge, that quiet whisper urging you to step forward, to trust, to act. Have you hesitated? Have you second-guessed yourself? Have you wondered if your obedience would really make a difference? In this moment, I ask you to surrender that doubt. Release it into the hands of the divine. Know that your obedience matters. It is part of a much larger plan, one that will not only bless others, but will bless you in ways you cannot yet see. This is not a small task you are being called to, chosen one. It is a divine invitation to step into a new realm of faith, to discover who God has created you to be. It is through your obedience that you will be refined, stretched, and transformed. Just as Peter did not know he could walk on water until he stepped out in obedience, so too will your obedience reveal new aspects of your faith and trust in God. Every step you take in faith, every act of obedience brings you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Now, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you, Chosen One. Your presence here is no accident. You are listening to these words because your soul is ready to hear them. Your willingness to open your heart to this message is a sign of the immense merit and high vibration that you carry. You are chosen for such a time as this. You are not just a bystander in the divine plan. You are an active participant called to help others and to be transformed in the process. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life, to declare that you are stepping into your divine calling. You are ready to step out of the boat. You are ready to trust. You are ready to walk on the water. Let this moment be the turning point in your journey where you discover who God has truly created you to be. The divine invitation is before you, Chosen One. Will you answer? Chosen One, do not turn your head away now. This is the moment where your understanding of divine transformation is about to shift. What you are about to hear will resonate deep within your soul like a quiet whisper that stirs the very core of your being. Pay attention, because this truth is not just for the woman you are called to help. It is for you, and it will unlock the next level of your spiritual journey. Every act of obedience, Chosen One, is an opportunity for growth. Each time you say yes to God, you are not just fulfilling a task. You are positioning yourself for greater blessings. Yes, but you are also being transformed in ways that you cannot yet comprehend. Obedience is not just about the action you take. It is about the transformation that happens within you as you surrender, as you trust, and as you follow the divine guidance that calls you forward. Your capacity for love, trust, and obedience is stretched in these moments. Chosen One. You may not always feel it, but every step of obedience enlarges your heart. It deepens your trust in God's plan, even when the path is unclear, even when the way forward is shrouded in uncertainty. In every act of surrender, you are being refined, reshaped, and prepared for what God has in store for you. Your soul is being stretched like a bow, drawing you closer to your divine purpose, readying you for the extraordinary destiny that awaits. Do not skip over this, Chosen One. Do not overlook the small, quiet moments where obedience is required. God does not always require grand gestures, and it is often in the seemingly small, humble acts of service that the greatest transformations occur. Consider the story of Tabitha, a woman who lived her life in quiet obedience, helping those in need. She was not a prophetess. She was not a leader of great renown. She was known for her acts of service, for her kindness and generosity toward the poor. Her acts, though small in the eyes of the world, were deeply significant in the eyes of God. Tabitha's life was marked by quiet faithfulness, but she did not see the full impact of her service. Her acts of obedience, simple as they seemed, reached deep into the hearts of those around her. And when she died, something extraordinary happened. Her absence left a void in the community, for her obedience had touched so many lives. The people she helped could not bear the thought of losing her. They cried out for her return, and in that moment, God moved in a powerful way. Through the obedience of one faithful servant, Tabitha was resurrected. Her life, though seemingly small, had become a vessel through which God brought life not only to her, but to her entire community. This is the mystery of obedience, Chosen One. God takes the smallest acts of faithfulness and transforms them into something extraordinary. What seems like a small, quiet decision to serve, to help, to give, these are the seeds of divine transformation. Your obedience may not always feel dramatic or world-changing, but know this: it leaves a mark not just on those you help, but on the fabric of the spiritual realm itself. It ripples out, touching lives in ways you may never see, but the effects are eternal. When you help this woman, you may not immediately see the fruit of your obedience. The impact may not be obvious, may not be clear to you right away, but trust this, Chosen One, your obedience will leave a lasting mark on her life and on yours. You are sowing seeds in the spiritual soil, and while you may not always see the harvest immediately, it is being cultivated. Just as the quiet acts of service from Tabitha touched countless lives, so too will your actions ripple through the lives of others, bringing transformation in ways you cannot yet understand. This is the beauty of God's economy. It does not measure success by worldly standards. It does not count the size of the task or the recognition that comes with it. No, God measures success by obedience, the willingness to step out in faith to say yes to His call, no matter how small or hidden the task may seem. Your obedience, no matter how simple it appears, is part of the divine plan. It is part of the great tapestry that God is weaving, and each thread of your obedience contributes to the beauty and glory of His purpose. Pay attention. Chosen one, because in this moment God is calling you to something that will change you even if you cannot yet see it. He is calling you to help this woman. Yes, but He is also calling you to help yourself. Through this act of obedience, you are being prepared for the next stage of your journey. Your heart is being enlarged, your trust is being deepened, and your capacity for love is being expanded. This act of service is not just for her, it is for you. It is a divine invitation to step into a new realm of spiritual growth and transformation. You are being refined. Chosen one, as gold is refined in the fire. You may not feel the heat of the fire, but each moment of obedience is shaping you, purifying you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Your soul is being stretched, your faith is being tested, and you are becoming more of who God has always meant for you to be. When you obey, when you step into this calling, you are aligning yourself with the divine flow of the universe. You are cooperating with the sacred rhythm that moves through all of creation. God is not asking you to understand everything right now. He is not asking you to have it all figured out. He is simply asking for your willingness to follow, to trust, and to step out in faith, even when you cannot see the way forward. This is the essence of spiritual growth. Keep reading. Chosen one. Do not turn away. The divine plan is unfolding, and your obedience is the key that unlocks the door. Every act of service, every moment of surrender is transforming you. You are being shaped into a vessel of God's love and power, and as you serve, you are being transformed. Now I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to you, chosen one. Your presence here is no accident. You are not just a listener. You are a participant in the divine plan chosen for such a time as this. Your willingness to listen to receive this message is a sign of the immense merit and high vibration that your soul carries. You are being prepared for something extraordinary, and this moment is just the beginning. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life. Declare that you are ready for the transformation that is unfolding within you. You are ready to step into a new realm of spiritual growth, a new realm of divine obedience, and a new realm of blessing. The universe is aligning with your willingness, and this is your time to rise. You are ready. Chosen one. You are being prepared for something far greater than you can yet see. Trust in the process, trust in the growth, and trust that every act of obedience is leading you to the life God has always planned for you. Chosen one, do not turn away. Do not ignore the stirring in your heart, the quiet pull that has been guiding you. This moment is not like the others. It carries weight, it carries truth, and it carries the potential for transformation. Pay attention, because the wisdom you are about to hear is not just meant for this moment. It is meant for the very soul that lies within you. It is the whisper of God calling you to rise beyond your doubts and fears. Obedience is never easy, chosen one. It is not a path paved with certainty or clarity. It is a journey through the unknown, a walk into the mysterious unfolding of divine will. And in that space between what you see and what you do not, there lies fear, there lies doubt, there lies uncertainty. You may feel inadequate, unsure, or even scared, and that is okay. That is human. But know this, God is not asking you for perfection. He is not asking you to have it all together. He is not asking you to have all the answers. He is asking for one thing, your willingness. Your willingness to trust when the road ahead is unclear. Your willingness to move even when fear whispers in your ear. Do not skip this moment. Do not look away. The divine does not ask for perfection because perfection is not what aligns you with God's plan. What aligns you, chosen one, is your willingness. It is in your willingness to say yes despite the doubts, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty. Your fears are not obstacles to God's plan. They are invitations to grow, to surrender, and to trust in something greater than yourself. Do not let your fear paralyze you. Instead, let it propel you into action. In your heart, you may be feeling the weight of hesitation. You may wonder if you are truly capable of fulfilling this calling. You may wonder if you are worthy, if you are enough. Your mind may swirl with doubts. What if I fail? What if I am not enough for this task? These thoughts, chosen one, are not to be feared. They are a natural part of the journey. They are the voices of your soul being stretched, being called to something higher. God is not asking you to be flawless. He is asking you to be willing. Your fear does not define you. Your obedience does. The moment of obedience, chosen one, is not a moment where you stand in strength. No, it is a moment when you stand in vulnerability, when you open your heart despite the fear, when you step into the unknown with trembling hands, trusting that God's power will make up for what you lack. It is in these moments, these raw, unguarded moments of vulnerability, that God's power is made perfect. Your weakness is the place where His strength is revealed. It is in your trembling steps that the foundation of divine grace is laid. Your fear is not an enemy, chosen one. It is a vehicle for divine strength. When you allow your fear to move you into action, you align yourself with the very will of the universe. This is the power of obedience. When you obey God, chosen one, you are not just fulfilling a task. You are aligning yourself with the divine flow. You are stepping into the current of God's strength, His power, His grace. And when you align with His will, you move with His strength. It is not by your own might that you will succeed. It is by His strength, His grace, His love. You are merely the vessel through which His power flows. And when you allow that power to move through you, when you allow yourself to be an instrument of His will, you will witness miracles unfold not only in the lives of those you help, but in your own life as well. Pay attention now. Chosen one, because the truth of this moment lies not just in your obedience, but in your willingness to trust. When you hesitate, when you second-guess yourself, you risk missing the divine opportunity that God has set before you. Hesitation is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of fear. And fear, when left unchecked, can rob you of the blessings that await you on the other side of obedience. The door is open. Chosen one. God is calling you to walk through it, but the choice is yours. Do not let the moment slip away. Do not let your doubts steal your divine opportunity. God is giving you another chance. Even if you have hesitated in the past, even if you have doubted or pulled back, He is drawing your attention again. This is not a moment of condemnation. This is a moment of grace. God is inviting you to respond differently. He is inviting you to rise above the fear, to move in obedience, to trust in His power rather than your own. The door is open, chosen one, and the path is clear. Will you walk through it in the sacred story of Moses? God called a man who doubted his own abilities, who questioned his worthiness. Moses did not believe that he could lead the people of Israel, that he could fulfill the divine mission that was set before him. He hesitated, he doubted, he feared. But God did not call Moses because of his perfection. He called Moses because of his willingness to obey, to take the first step even when he was unsure. It was in Moses' obedience that he saw the Red Sea part, that he led the Israelites to freedom. It was in his obedience that the divine will was revealed. And just as God worked through Moses' weakness, He will work through yours, chosen one. Your fear does not disqualify you. Your hesitation does not close the door, but your willingness to move despite the fear, this is what unlocks the divine blessings waiting for you. Do not let fear dictate your path. Do not let hesitation steal the opportunities God has set before you. Your obedience, your willingness to trust, will lead you to places of spiritual growth, to blessings beyond your comprehension, and to the fulfillment of your divine purpose. Keep reading, chosen one. Keep your heart open. This moment is not one you will want to miss. You are standing at the crossroads of your divine destiny. Your willingness to step forward will transform not just your own life, but the lives of those you touch. The fear you feel is but a shadow, and when you step into the light of obedience, it will disappear. You are not alone in this journey. You are supported by a force greater than yourself. God's power will carry you through. Will you take the step? Now I want to express my deep gratitude to you. Chosen one, for listening. Your presence here is no accident. You are here because your soul is ready for this message, for this transformation. You are vibrating at a high frequency, one that aligns with divine purpose. The fact that you are here, that you are listening, is a sign of immense merit. You are ready to move beyond fear, to embrace obedience, and to walk into the blessings that await you. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life, to declare that you are ready to step into obedience and trust God with your fears. This is your moment. You are ready. Will you move? Chosen one, now is your moment. Do not look away, for what you are about to step into is not a coincidence, not a random twist of fate. This is the moment you have been prepared for. This is the moment when heaven's invitation meets your soul's readiness. Pay attention, because what God is asking of you right now will reshape the course of your life, propelling you into the divine flow that has been set in motion since the dawn of time. God is calling you to step into everything He has been preparing you for. Do not hesitate. Do not second-guess yourself. Do not doubt that this moment is yours. It is not just an ordinary decision you are making. No, this is the divine opportunity to align yourself with God's plan. The path before you may seem unclear, but it is in this very uncertainty that the divine purpose is revealed. Obedience does not always feel easy. Chosen one, you may feel fear rise up within you. You may feel the weight of doubt pressing down on your shoulders. But know this, obedience is always worth it. It is through obedience that the door to God's favor, provision, and breakthrough is opened. When you say yes to God, chosen one, you are not simply fulfilling an obligation. You are stepping into a flow of favor that has already been set in motion. This flow has been waiting for you to step into it, for you to align your will with God's. When you move in obedience, you position yourself to receive what has already been prepared for you. You are not alone in this. The moment you say yes, heaven moves with you, and everything that has been set in motion begins to unfold. This woman whom God has placed in your path is not just a person in need. No, she is a divine opportunity. She is the key that unlocks the next chapter of your life, a chapter that will unfold in ways you cannot yet see. You may look at her and see only a need, but look deeper. Chosen one. She is more than that. She is a doorway. She is an invitation to step into God's favor, to step into His provision, and to step into His breakthrough. When you obey, you step into the realm of God's grace, a realm where His provision flows without restraint, where His blessings overflow. But this is not about your ability. Chosen one. This is not about whether you feel ready, whether you think you are equipped. God does not need you to have it all together. He needs your heart, your willingness. He needs you to trust Him and say yes, even when the path ahead is unclear. He needs you to trust that He has already gone before you, that He has already paved the way. Your willingness to step forward in faith is all that is required. Your act of obedience today, chosen one, will create a ripple effect that will touch lives in ways you cannot even imagine. You may never see the full impact of your obedience, but know this: what you do today will echo through eternity. Your act of faith will ignite a chain of events that will forever alter the course of your life and the lives of those you touch. It may seem like a small step in the moment, but in the divine realm, it is the key that unlocks the floodgates of blessing. Do not underestimate the power of your obedience, even in its smallest form, for through this act of surrender, you are aligning yourself with the divine rhythm of the universe. But this is not just about what your obedience will do for others. This is about how it will shape your own life. God is using this moment to refine you, to stretch you, and to prepare you for the next season of your life. You are being prepared for something greater than you can see right now. This act of obedience is the bridge to the next chapter of your divine journey. A chapter where you will walk in deeper alignment with God's will. You may not fully understand what is ahead, but trust this God is preparing you for a future that is more than you could ever imagine. Keep reading, Chosen One. Do not turn away. The door is open, and it is waiting for you to walk through it. The opportunity is here right before you. Will you move? Will you step forward in faith, even when you cannot see the entire path ahead? Will you trust God, even when it does not make sense? This is the divine invitation to walk by faith, to step into the unknown, and to trust that God will meet you every step of the way. The choice is yours. You can hesitate. You can wait for the perfect moment, but know this: the perfect moment is now. The divine opportunity is before you. Will you embrace it? Will you say yes? I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to you, Chosen One, for being here, for listening to this message. Your presence is no accident. You are here because your soul is ready, and you are vibrating at a frequency that aligns with this divine call. You are ready for the next step, ready to embrace the opportunity that God has set before you. This is a moment of divine timing, and your obedience today will unlock blessings not only for you, but for those you are called to serve. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy into your life, to declare that you are stepping into the divine flow of God's favor and provision. This is your moment to move, Chosen One. The door is open. Will you step through it? Will you embrace the divine opportunity that is yours? The time is now.